It's so nice to see you here on this special occasion. My name is Krebelj, and here with me is Jurca Sinkovič. We are both from the Secondary School of Technical Profession Šiška here in Ljubljana. At our school, we are education students for 3 programs: mechatronics, computer science, and electronics. So, how everything started? At the beginning, you're probably wondering how it all began. During the pandemic, we noticed that the distance learning was not ideal for our students, mostly for all the students, not just our students. They were not as motivated as they used to be. They were searching for new challenges. Also, the teacher noticed that the students were changing, and that was something we have to think about. We started thinking about the change. What can we change? How can we increase the motivation, their motivation? And of course, how to encourage students to start thinking and cooperating with each other in solving some interesting challenges. We wanted the students to be curious again and show what they are capable of.
Okay, let's start with the idea. That is how the idea was born. We decided to get in touch with the companies that we already cooperate with on regular basis. For example, when it comes to the practical education of the students in companies or working on various other projects, and ask them to offer the students some real-life problems from the industry. The students would then try to solve the problems with their own knowledge and skills and present their solutions to the companies. We saw an opportunity to motivate the students through different real-life problems and to motivate them to think about the problems, try to solve them, and maybe find career opportunity along the way. Of course, we were aware that our teachers would have to cooperate in the project as well, namely as mentors, guiding the students, coordinating their work, and spending time with the students virtually through Zoom and other online tools, since the current epidemic situation was not on our side and the students were not allowed to come to school. The mentors would also help the student with the use of different technologies for problem solving and, of course, with time management and other things as well.
Along with the help of our school mentors, the students were also offered help from the company mentors. Their primary role was to communicate and to explain what exactly is the problem. How to solve the problem was on the student side. And all the details about the particular problem, of course, because they've received the problem, they didn't have all the view in the company, so how the problem is integrated and what there is the final result they should produce. The mentors were there to help them, to explain them. The whole project was then finally brought to the life with the help of the event organizer. You can see the logo Mediade. And of course, 7 companies that were cooperating with us on this project. LEK, Danfoss, AMZS, Laško Union, Ljubljanske mlekarne, LTK Castings, and INRBT. Those were the companies who are cooperating and give the students the real problems. When we are talking about digital skills, the tools, the students as well as the teachers were using different tools. Here you can see only some of them. Of course, the list is not the full list, just the basic one. During the whole process, there were many other tools that were used, such as programs for simulations, visualization, video editing, picture editing, drawing diagrams, and other things as well. The crucial element of the entire process was the fact that everybody involved in the project was familiar with all the necessary tools to get the work done. After all, we are technical school, aren't we? And when we are talking about challenge areas, as I mentioned before, students were given real life problems, not just situation from the school, something that the teacher say, let's do this, this is the problem, and solve it. These were real problems from the companies. They were divided into three main challenge areas: human resources, technological challenges, and advertising. Why those three areas? Human resources and advertising are important for the students since they are at an age when they're trying to find their work opportunities, to find their first jobs. Technological challenges, on the other hand, are just made sense because since we are technical school, we are educating them for this field. So mechatronics, electricians, and computer science. It was logical that students gain a lot of technical knowledge and they stay, and while they are at our school, they will do in this way, so the technical field.
Okay, first challenge, human resources. The students had to create an advertisement for their dream job. Their solutions included a flyer, poster, a video that they could show on social media, and covering letter. They were thinking about job possibilities, their dream job, and their own capabilities and characteristics. Advertising. Next, they worked on advertising. The companies are aware that they don't know all the channels they can use for their advertisements in order to reach the young people today. They want to make their advertisement more attractive for young people. Through the challenges, it became obvious that young people know very well what they want. Short messages, hashtags, QR codes, videos. Technology is an extension of them, and it represents a tool without which they can no longer exist. Technological challenge. Here you can see some of the technological solutions that students have prepared in various programs they use at school, for example, Logosoft. Some solutions were made using PowerPoint, which the students know well. By the way, even the video was made in PowerPoint.
Remote control of technology. Technological challenges were a different story altogether. First of all, there was a big obstacle because during the pandemic, the students couldn't be present at school. That was a big problem for them, how to reach the hardware, how to connect the hardware, how to manipulate with hardware. The teacher set up cameras. The teacher set up equipment, and that enables students to work through the distance, so over the internet. The students have to solve the problem. And as you can see here is camera that was live streaming, so all the time. Here is microcontroller connected with all the necessary equipment, and also the modem that was connected over mobile internet. And the students connected to the mobile modem and then push the software into the controller, and over the camera they were checking the results. So they prepared input and over the camera checking the output. That was the only solution from our point of view that was possible during the pandemic time. And when we are talking about the challenges, here you can see a schematic of the circuit, which was set up at school. So they prepare the circuit, they prepare everything, push it to the equipment, and then after testing, the final solution was prepared. This is only one of the examples that they were doing on it, so they were preparing the final solution. And when we are talking about the results, 100 72 attending students, 7 companies that I mentioned before, 14 challenges that were given by the companies, 14 mentors from our school and from the companies, 90 minutes of presentations, and at the end, 25 meetings. When we are talking about 25 meetings, this is at least 25 meetings, but you have to know the time was limited, so only 5 weeks for the final solution was given to them. While we were doing everything, also the logo was prepared, and this is the final result. So the project logo that was created from the students.
Let's look at the achievements. The whole project was time well spent, both for students and for the mentors. Searching for the solutions and the future job opportunity both represented additional motivation for the students. Introducing new solutions to companies and other participants gave students the chance to practice the skill of public speaking and presenting. Students gained a lot of additional knowledge by exploring various topics that they found interesting. The media. The project attracted a lot of attention. Above all, it gave the participant a chance to stay connected, to keep the team spirit alive, and to develop their creativity. The principal, Ms. Darinka Martinčič-Zalokar, was declared Ime tedna, the name of the week on Val 202, which is one of our national radio stations. The biggest national daily newspapers, Dela and Dnevnik, wrote about the project. We were on television, on the TV show Preverjeno, and on Radio 94 radio station. The students were very proud. And the students, as I said, pride, self-confidence, developing various competences, following the current needs of the economy, and participating in various projects are just a few of the skills the students developed and improved.
Okay, so what will be the learning environments of the future?
During our project, we noticed that the digital tools helped us to be more efficient as mentors, people who lead students through their own development.
We encouraged critical thinking by solving different problems. The students try to find their solution by experimenting and looking for information. So they were using various tools.
The project still continues and is even spreading to primary schools.
This year, we don't have only one school participating. We've got 3 different schools on this project.
The distance won't be a problem, since we will cooperate together using various digital resources that we have at our disposal today.
Thank you for your listening. If you got any further questions, please feel free to ask.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you for this great presentation. I think that it was a natural continuation of what was Dr. Redford also explaining on integrating digital competencies in various ways. My first questions will be, before I give the questions to the floor, how did you adjust the organization, the methods, and so on? Were there any stressful moments for the teachers? Were they very motivated also, like students, or were there any problems?
Yes, it was very stressful. We worked lately at night because we had to cooperate with them, and
the students and the mentors were working during the weekend. So honestly, Saturday, Sunday, evenings, meetings were mostly in the evening hours. So 7, 8, 9 p.m. That was the only possible way, because in the morning hours, there was regular study time, so school time. And that was the only way how to manage with the project. And of course, the pressure was high, the time was very short. And the idea was to finish with the real solution and to show those companies that we can show them and prepare the final solution that is working in the real environment, not just to do something.
Yes, yes, I suppose that will be your answer. Yes, thank you. So any other questions? Okay, here.
Grazio from Malta. Just two questions. First of all, how did you incentivize companies to offer their help and support to schools and to students to give their time and effort for this project? And secondly, was this on a voluntary basis for students to apply? Because even in Malta, for example, when you have this similar kind of projects, usually you attract the same interested students. And the challenge is to attract those students who usually lag behind, are more passive, perhaps they don't care that much in school matters and so on. Thank you.
Thank you. We are cooperating with about 800 companies in Ljubljana or near Ljubljana because of this practical side of education. So the students are going to the companies, and this is where we've got many connections. We ask companies to cooperate with this project because we are cooperating all the time in different areas, and they replied immediately. And they offered us mentors because they know, they aware that we need something that is communicating from the company with school and back. And this is the answer how we get them. So they were prepared and they were also interested in this solution, because they also see the final, so for them, this is opportunity to get the students after they finish the school. And during this process, this whole part, they can notice which students are really great. Which are the best one, which are on the time, which are students with the higher level of knowledge, and they are prepared to learn. So the companies see the opportunity in this way. Maybe for the first part and the second part.
And the students feel very well when they felt team spirit. Yeah, that was very important to them.
On the slide, you can see some notes that were, so on one of the PowerPoints at the end, you can notice some texts, short messages. Our colleague Meta Jurca just received those messages from the students that they're really aware that they would like to join to this group to do on these projects, and they don't have anything to do. Okay, they've got school time and everything, but beside that, there is nothing they can show the knowledge, their opportunities to work on something. And those notes are just thanks for everything that happened during the projects, just to feel what was happening. It was not just something they have to do, it was something they wanted to do.